is the one, a warrior of pure heart who can deliver us from all evil. Perhaps. I wonder what went through his mind when he saw her there, his beloved. Did he see his dreams, or did he see his future blown away like leaves on the wind? I spy him as he heads out towards the reaches of Pan's influence. A forest lies to the east that leads to the land of the lichens. The ruin of an ancient civilization is there, forgotten and decaying. Once a proud testament to man's ingenuity and vision, it has now been conquered by nature, as she claims all things for her own.
Okay, that was really piss poor timing on my part, but we covered this in the last stream, actually, this particular portion, but I figured for anybody jumping in, really the only thing we accomplished last stream was we had a showdown with a Titan, like a frosty Titan or something. Macro, greetings and salsa nations. Indeed, Macro, as the classic greeting would go. Yes, absolutely. Greetings and salsitations. Yeah, so we had to grind that out. We ground out a battle against a Titan. We were able to conquer it, but I was eating food at the time, and eventually it just became a little too cumbersome to try to play and eat, and I didn't want to just have you guys watching me chomp all the time. So took a break. I am now fed, full, happy, satisfied, and I am ready to continue on, hopefully putting to good use some of the nifty new mechanics that I've learned. Not mechanics, but fighting. Macro, how was your weekend? Anything awesome? We are repelling too far. That's what we did last time. I didn't know that you could repel too far. And I do see that. Can we swing? Or what do I do? Well, let's see. Okay. Am I going up? I'm going down. There we go. We got there. Oh. Let's see. Brotherhood Knight Scroll. My comrade in arms has ventured onwards while I rest here a while. The heat of the sun is relentless, and my wound plagues me still. I gave him my life gem in the hope that he may find provisions before nightfall before our stocks run low. Before our stocks run low? Oh, for our stocks run low. Okay, maybe probably wrong accent for this. First of all, forgive me for my sin of missing the Sonic stream. Reason, I was sleeping. May you ever look at me the same again. Macro, I can safely say that I do not look at you any differently than I did before, as I have never seen you. I think less of you, obviously, choosing sleep over my Sonic stream. Although, to be fair, I mean, you actually should have watched it because it would have put you to sleep. It's a fun game. It really is. But it is hardly straightforward. So I actually had to stop it prematurely because I had no idea what to do. Like, the games don't come with manuals anymore, and it's like, oh, there's a secret level you have to unlock. Well, where do I unlock that at? Do I unlock it by playing a level? Do I unlock it by navigating this crazy, wacky little middle world area that I'm in? What do I need to do to get the key? What do I need to do to get to this, to get to that, to do this? So the gameplay part, for the most part, I was liking, although the challenge where you have like the little blinky thing that's telling you to dig, that I'm going to have to take my earbuds out for that. I'm not going to be able to, that got so freaking annoying. But my point is, I didn't really get much done. I think we beat the levels like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we did like 4 or 5 levels, or acts, I guess. But apparently we're missing a lot more. I don't know. I didn't even realize what the game title meant when it said Sonic Generations X Shadows or Sonic Shadows X Generations, whatever it was. I didn't realize that there were 2 different game modes, essentially. I'm thinking I'm playing Sonic and Shadow is going to come into the picture somewhere. But apparently they're 2 completely different games. You can play one as Sonic and the other one you're playing, I guess, as Shadow. Or I don't know. I haven't gone that far yet. But yeah, so I had to download the manual, which is like 200 pages. It's a lot of information that you don't get just by like walking around in the game. And it's not terribly helpful. So anyway, you probably would have fallen asleep. Why is there anything more awesome than the weekend itself? However, I'm suffering from severe procrastination of things of importance, something I have to live with. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I didn't used to be a master procrastinator, but I became one in the past year, 2 years. It became kind of like my MO. Not proud of it. I'm trying to shake it because it's a horrible thing. But usually that's when you're sucking wind in terms of motivation, in terms of interest. That's more when you get the procrastination. We don't typically procrastinate on things we're looking forward to doing. So I'm sorry to hear that, because it seems like there's a lot of stuff on your plate that you're not particularly keen on doing. But then that begs the question, why are you daring to sleep when you've got all this work to do? All right, let's try this again. My comrade in arms has ventured onwards while I rest here a while. The heat of the sun is relentless, and my wound plagues me still. Oh, I gave him my life gem in the hope that he may find provisions before nightfall, for our stocks run low. He is a good lad, strong and eager, yet he needs to learn patience in combat if he is to survive. I hope the life gem wasn't given in vain. But we know that it was. We know that it was. Poor old fellow. What are we doing here? Okay. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do a little more swinging or something. Or we're just going to jump. I guess we can just jump. Huzzah! Okay. we didn't make the jump, we didn't die. We are Mario. Woo, look at us go. Holy cow. What we lack in a jawline, we make up for in great... See, we actually haven't had, like, mob combat yet. Hey, there we go. These are neutral element orbs. Great, we got yellow balls. Now we have the yellow balls. You're able to absorb them thanks to the light magic medallion that Patrick Stewart gave you. Press and hold the L3 button to absorb these neutral elements. I think that's the... Okay. You have now converted neutral energy into light magic. Press the L1 button to switch on your light magic power. Attacking enemies with light magic switched on will replenish your health. However, your light magic container will deplete. Use its power wisely. Enemies will not drop neutral element orbs while you have magic on. You can only get neutral element orbs by killing enemies with your magic off. Okay. You can switch light magic on and off by pressing the L1 button anytime. Okay. Alright. Attacks made while light magic is active will replenish your health at the cost of light magic energy. Okay. Alright. Cool. You ate? That's great. What'd you eat? I'm sad that nowadays people treat meals like a task rather than a time to relax, chat, and re-energize. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me because I've lived by myself for like 20 years. 25 years. Yeah, 25 years about. So, you know, I mean, the relaxing thing I do, absolutely. But chatting and all that stuff, not so much. It's more of just like a thing to do. The problem... I mean, there's balance in everything. The problem that I have is when you, if you go too far with it, that's when you know. This is a neutral element energy statue. Use it to restore your magic levels. Cool. All right, I will do that. But yeah, I had pizza. I had a pizza macro. I shouldn't have. I'm still trying to kind of lose weight kind of thing. But I figured this is the weekend, and I had a credit at the food place, so I was like, let me go ahead and burn that up real quick. And the next week it'll be mostly soup and water. Hopefully, stick with that. You get keys by completing missions that are playable in side levels above the main ones in the hub world. You see how convoluted that sentence was, Macro? I appreciate you letting me know, but I mean, you see, it's like, so you got to get the keys by completing missions that are playable in side levels above the main ones in the hub world. And yeah, so I think I did find those, but those are ones that I'm finding to be very tedious, unfortunately. Like I said, the whole digging for gold thing while you're on a timer. We got a Chaos Emerald. That was easy enough. And then there's one of the other. Oh, and then I mean the the rival one isn't too bad. You just have to get better at the levels. But yeah, some of them are just kind of cumbersome, which sucks because I mean I feel like the game moves at a good pace otherwise. It's fun to move around. The game looks gorgeous. The music is fun. The game is fun in general. But then it's like, oh, now you have to stop to dig up gold medallions, and it's like, and you have to listen to the beep 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 beep. And I'm like, no, whose idea? This is the dumbest idea in the world. There's no idea dumber than this one. I need to. Wait, what's that now? Oh, this is my magic stuff. I see. All right, what I'm looking for is my advanced moves. Where is... So air grab. R2 in the air. Okay. No! No! That's it. Yeah, triangle, then hold. Wait, no, I haven't. Oh, damn, that's awesome, but it's really expensive. Okay, so we've actually got a lot of cool stuff to save up for, but that is not all right, what do we got here? We got so downward punch. This is the one I want to do. In the air but with an enemy near, R2. Okay. Wait, if you're airborne with an enemy in the air nearby. So I can do a combo, launch it, jump, and then hit R2, and I'll pound him into the ground. Okay. And then air grab. So I can R2 and then R2, I guess? We'll see. Flying kick. Oh, yeah, and that's the one if it's too big. All right, so we'll be using R2 a lot more here. And then chain barrier is the hold button. Okay, all right. I think we're good now. I think we're good. I think I remember. Pretty sure you only need 3 keys, and you have 9 missions to choose from, which leaves 6 of them completely optional, but required for 100% completion. Oh, nice. Okay, Macro. Then yeah. Okay. That makes it a little better. Oh, that goodness. Okay. Come on, fight me. I've got all these cool moves I want to use. Let me fight something. I haven't been... We had to fight the giant titan, which was just a one... Okay. I see lots of creatures. Now they're coming at me. Come at me, bruz. Come at me. Let's see how this works. Oh, yes! Oh, the good times. Hey. Knock that off. Oh, wait. Does the game really not tell you how to get keys? Weird. I remember having to look that up. Maybe it's because I watched the playthrough beforehand. Again, yeah. Well, no, it mentioned that, Macro, but it didn't say exactly how to get. It was like you need to get the keys, but it was like it's telling me a bunch of things. First, it's telling me you have there's another level that you haven't unlocked. Switch characters to unlock it. I'm like, okay, well, where's that level that I need to unlock? Because is it me going through Green Hill Zone and finding a secret exit or something? Or do I have to play it with the other Sonic in order to unlock it? That's what it made it sound like. But then I beat it as both Sonics, and it still gave me that message. So I'm like, well, where is this other level that I need to beat? And yeah, and so it was, and then like I'm jumping around. I spent a lot of time trying to explore the overworld before the portal things opened up. And I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Like there's a bunch of places for me to jump around, but nothing's there. Nothing was telling me like it's not there yet. So I spent a lot of time looking, trying to figure out what the point of all these platforms were and why I couldn't get to certain areas. And then once they opened up the challenge thing, it was like, oh, there's a challenge door there. Okay, now I see it. But there was no information given to me that was going to be down the road. Like that would be something you have to open up. So yeah, it wasn't. Obviously, it's not linear like normal Sonic games, but it wasn't even like world map like Mario or anything else. It was a very different weird thing. Like it's your overview, but you're also supposed to interact with it. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure it would have been a lot easier if I watched somebody else do it first, you know. But I'm a pioneer. You know, I got to do things first. That's why I like to play 15-year-old video games. Actually, what is this? 2009? I don't know if this is 2009. When did this come out? This came out in. Come on. 2010. This is a 16-year-old game. That's how I roll, baby. I mean, heck, even Sonic Generations is, I think, 2019, I believe? 2018? No. Maybe that's Sonic Mania. I think Sonic Generations was 2022 or 2023. I don't know. It's not yesterday, is my point. This game is so beautiful. I am not at all disappointed to find that a Castlevania game is not just very macabre. I'm sure the later levels will get darker. But right now, it's all very pretty. Like, it makes... Well, I was going to say it makes Souls games look ugly, but they're ugly no matter what you compare them to. They're just hideous abominations of video game butchery. Disgusting, loathsome things. Speaking of disgusting and loathsome... What is it? Oh, crap. Oops. Why? It says when they're in the air, you should be able to do that, but I'm not... I did the slam once. Yeah. It's as fun as I thought it would be. I am quite satisfied. The problem with pizzas is they make me full incredibly quickly, even when I don't grumble those pizzas, like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm stuffed. Macro, I wish I had your problems. Or I wish I had that problem. Not your problems, but that problem. I ordered a 16-inch, and I ate it all in about 30 minutes. That's why I'm so fat. Because portion control is hard. Especially with pizza. What is this bag? What's this bag? What we got here? What do we got here? Are they daggers? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah, it's just more daggers. Okay. But I should be full with 3 or 4 pieces, like you were saying, because it is carb heavy. But unfortunately, it's not only that, but I actually enjoy eating pizza. Like, a good pizza is just fun to eat. So it's not just a hungry thing. It's a, oh, this is satisfying. I like these. Oh, wait, what? Whee! Up. Oh, up. Hey. Up. Today's. Oh, we don't want a bath. We don't want a bath. It's crazy. It's like God of War meets... Well, I don't actually know. I haven't played God of War. I played like 5 minutes of the original long time ago. So I'm not sure if this is God of War meets Uncharted or if this is just actually exactly what God of War is. But I kind of like this setting more. I prefer being a suave vampire hunter with no jawline but cool threads than an angry barbarian-ish Spartan guy. Just my personal preference. That's why I prefer softer foods like rice mixed with soup. I think I said this before. It's because it's easier to eat more before feeling full. Yeah, no, that's a good call. Although I will say, you know, when food, you know, costs more. That said, I think like a soup with rice is probably going to be cheaper than a pizza, for the most part. But yeah, for me, I'm like, hey, whatever gets me to the place where I don't feel like I need to eat something faster, I'm all about that. Like faster, cheaper, better, or faster and cheaper. which is what sucks. Like for a lot of people, they can get full off of just pure protein. Like they can eat a steak. I have to eat a big freaking steak to feel full. Protein doesn't do for me what carbs do, unfortunately. Okay, now I'm gonna do. Whoops, nope. Is it? I think it's. There it is. Whee! Da-da. Hello, dead body. Dead body, dead body, dead body. I got the focus scroll. I don't know what that means. Ah, you're going to tell me. The combat focus is an ancient technique from the Brotherhood of Light. Once fully focused, a capable warrior can extract neutral elemental orbs from his enemies after each successful hit. The combat focus meter is filled when you fight well, use varied attacks, and avoid being hit. Lack of combat will slowly decrease the meter, and magic use will pause it. Can extract neutral element orbs from his enemies after each successful hit. Okay, so it's going to take a little time to get used to, but I mean, right now we're just getting a bunch of perks, which makes me nervous. The focus bar is shown at the bottom of the screen during combat. Light all of the runes by hitting enemies and avoiding damage. Press X to continue. Okay. That's it. Now maintain your focus and enemies will drop neutral elemental orbs after each successful hit, allowing you to maintain your magic supplies during combat or until you lose focus. Okay. Oh, we lost our focus. I'm a little more concerned about the gaping wounds in my chest, to be honest. Fear me, beastie. I don't care about that. I care about beating this thing, you little doofus. Is this thing gonna die at any point, really? Huh, doesn't seem like it. Yeah, what's up now? I actually beat an enemy on the first try. It's the first time. Also, this game is a God of War ripoff. Yeah, I said that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, there's a bomb. It's a bomb. Ow. Again. Wait, what? Why? I was throwing him down. Why did I go down? Alright, that's getting really old. Really old. What in the world? Stop it! Jeez Louise. The problem with being the size of a truck is, like you said, one pizza is never enough. Dude, I was eating one pizza like when I weighed like $1.50 and you could see my rib cage. That's the thing. I've always been able to eat copious amounts of food. games, economics, and sociology. Well, it's probably for the best because both sociology and economics are pretty dry. Games are fun, but I mean, part of the fun of playing games is that you're not talking about those things. All right, so I got to fight the wolf again. No, I should find a way to blow up. I know how to blow up the barrier. Okay, that's what. Okay, I gotta remember how to. Dang it. I don't know if I'm supposed to be running or not. I just know those stupid little grenade things were kicking the crap out of me. And it was getting on my nerves. Oh, well, here we go. They don't throw grenades. I'm okay with that. $1.50. That's one way to say 150 pounds. Yeah, exactly. May you ever play one of the Metrovania, Castlevania? Wait, what? Go back and forth Vanians. Yeah, I do. Macro, I played the original Castlevania. I think that was before you came into the picture. But yeah, I played the original one. It was like a 9-hour stream. I beat it. I have played and beaten, although with maps and help and everything. Metroid, Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo. I do have Metroid Dread that I want to play. I don't want to beat. Trying to think. There are definitely some. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the backtracking mechanic. That doesn't really appeal to me personally. So when I do, I when I did with Super. Now, to be fair, when I beat Super Metroid, I did it with old school technology. I found the text only walkthrough where you actually have to read it, just like it's old school stuff. So I printed out myself a map, which was only moderately helpful, and then I downloaded the walkthrough, and that's how I did it. I feel like I'm losing passion for everything because I'm not doing much productive with it. Yeah, no, Macro, 100%. That's where I've been living for a while myself. Without passion and purpose, life becomes very dry and dull. Yeah. I mean, that's really the only concern right now. The only prayer I have is give me purpose. Give me something to do. And making sure that purpose doesn't get hijacked, because people who are thirsty for purpose will typically find purpose in places that either they shouldn't, that aren't worthwhile, or that can actually be dangerous, because there's many forces at work in the world. And they're happy to prey upon people desperate for purpose, because it is an integral part of our makeup. And so they'll offer us purpose, and the allure of it is enough to make us go, okay, well, it's something to do, something to make me feel like this is a worthwhile existence. But there's a lot of counterfeits out there. So it's not only finding purpose, figuring out your purpose, and then how to get there, but also making sure it doesn't get hijacked by something that doesn't deserve the time or the energy. And that's why I've stopped taking on any creative project. I used to be like, hey, if somebody came to me and said, hey, could you edit this? Or hey, would you do a voiceover for this? Now, I'm not saying people are banging down my door to do that, or even editing. If somebody's like, hey, can you edit this? Now I'm like, okay, what's the story? Or what is it? Because there's nothing more soul-sucking than having to sit down to it using your creativity as a creative endeavor for something that you think is horse cart crap, So I've just, and that's far worse for me than almost doing nothing. So I become very picular. Peculiar? I was gonna say picky or particular, but wait, what's that say? Goblins and wolves won't stop him once he has mastered the art of focus. Well. Oh, here we go. I'm talking about Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow, the N64 games. No. I will not do. I have, what is it? I don't even know. I can't remember what it's called. I have one N64 Castlevania game. I tried it. It is washed out gray gobbledygook. I can't do it. I tried it because somebody actually asked me to do it, so I bought it just for that. And unfortunately, I can't do it. Symphony of the Night, unfortunately, is locked on the PS1. And I think technically I could play it on the PS2. It's very expensive though. So I have wanted to play that game. The Symphony of the Night has looked cool. I like the side-scrolling platformer. It looks fantastic. But unfortunately, acquiring it has proven to be rather difficult. I don't know about Aria of Sorrow. Like I said, I'm at the point now where I'm trying to make progress on the games I do have, and I don't have those. So I would say in the short term, probably not. Probably not. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Haha! Yeah! I guess that's to go back if I want to? Or do I have to use that? I have to use that, I guess. Alright. Nice! Alright, how much money do I... 725, whatever those are. That's not enough to do anything cool. Man. Well, actually, maybe my magic stuff? Let's see. Advanced moves, secondary weapons, mounts, relic powers. Attacks made with light magic is active. Will replenish your health at the cost of light magic energy usage. Press the L1 button. Yeah, we knew that. Yep, got that. Okay, good. Light flash. Well, this is all too rich for my blood. Dag nabbit. All right, we'll just have to make do with. There we go. My uncle in Christ, your personal computer device has the horsepower of a nuclear reactor. Just use emulation. It's very true. That is true. Yeah. But have they been able to, like the last time, now granted, it's been a long time, my nephew in Christ, since I looked into emulation, like, to any depth. My understanding was they'd mastered cart ports. But when it came to like GameCube, PlayStation, like anything disc-based, it got a little dicier because you started having to download like BIOS and a bunch of other stuff. Whereas the other one's just kind of plug and play. Like you download the thing, you put the ROM in, you link the ROM to the thing, and you just play it. But now it's like a whole thing. And I mean, I kind of made my bed when I decided to start like buying retro games. I was like,
he is becoming stronger with every step he takes. His prowess in battle is undeniable. He will need it now. Goblins are one thing, but there are other creatures in the dark places of the world, creatures who know nothing of his plight, but fight for their very survival. Many fallen brothers are testament to this. Indeed, their bleached bones adorn the tortuous tunnels in this god-forsaken place.
New Jersey?
He runs ever onward into peril. I wonder who the prey is, and who is the hunted. Perhaps when the time comes, these creatures will know fear as they look into the eye of their quarry. Go, my friend, save your love.
Thank you, Patrick Stewart. With those words of encouragement, I can't fail. So I think now we're going to start getting into the darker aspect of the game, the very They're very Castlevania. Look, I'm trying to steal his ribcage. Yoink. Yoink. Give me that. All right. Yeah, this is going to get ugly. We're going into the crevasse. Very Shelob's lair here. Okay, that is not the correct way to go. So, Macro, substantiate that claim, sir. I mean, 2000s, literally the most play style copy-ridden era of gaming. It's not the play style they're critiquing. It's the content. It's sequel after sequel after sequel, and it really isn't even all that broad in genre. Right now, it is a lot of what do they call them? Fortnite. What is that? No. Extraction shooters, I believe that is, or MMOs or whatever. Like it's really like you are not finding a lot of single player campaign story driven games. You're finding a lot more of the same genre of stuff. Whereas I can show you, I mean, I've got proof right behind me, Macro. If you want me to pull it out, actually I could pull up a list of games where the gameplay styles are completely different. Now, yeah, God of War, this one is akin to God of War, but it's a different story, it's a different setup, and it has like similar gameplay mechanics. But I mean, at some point, you only have it so many. RPGs. Like after the first two RPGs, are they all just rip-offs of RPGs? I think Ratchet and Clank and Crash, Twin Sanity, God of War in this game, GTA, and probably many others. I mean, but again, Macro, like, based on what? Like, are you saying that anything after the first so everything is derivative of Mario? Any platformer is derivative of Mario 2. It's copycat of Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers is like the first mainstream platformer. So any platformer that comes after Mario, Castlevania, everything, that's just derivative of Mario by your definition. If gameplay, similarity in gameplay is just copy and paste, then the industry has survived very well for 30 or 40 years. It's, I mean, you can frame it however you want. The fact is, you've got people that have been gaming since the 80s or even the 70s, and as much as there was copy and paste and whatever going on, for some reason there was something different about that they enjoyed, and now they're going, modern games suck. So, like, they weren't saying modern games suck 20 years ago. They weren't saying it 10 years ago. Well, they probably started saying it about 10 years ago. So, I mean, that's the thing. So, like, instead of saying it's the most derivative or whatever, because, like I said, anything is derivative past the first, initial games, say, okay, well, people who have enjoyed games every decade for 40 or 50 years are now saying, hey, this stuff is getting stale. And it has nothing to do with, oh, these are the same mechanics. There's something else. Or they're just all crazy. I guess that could be it too. Maybe they're just crazy and, I don't know why gamers would suddenly start saying things are feeling repetitious or whatever, just all of a sudden now. Oh, we are doing spiders. Oh, good gravy. Dude, don't turn around. Oh, farkin' A. Oh. We're probably dead. Okay, no, all right. Well, probably shouldn't do that, I guess. I really wish these things had health meters. I want to know like what things are doing damage and what things aren't. But dang, I got wrecked there. I mean, RPGs are kind of an exception. They all have attack, def, mechanics, turn, dialogue, pacing. Right, that's my point, Macro. So how are you saying that Ratchet and Clank and God of War and like that those are derivative when they are decidedly different games? You're saying the mechanics are the same, but then at the same breath you're saying that just because they have the same mechanics doesn't mean they're the same, or doesn't mean they're repetitious. So God of War in this game, similar mechanics, similar play style. Diablo 2 or the Diablo series and what is it called? Path of Exile. And just about any AARPG. Everybody's copying Diablo 2, essentially. So, I mean, at some point, it's got to be something other than just, like you're saying, the gameplay mechanics have to be different, but like what's different? What separates each Final Fantasy from the other? Other than, I mean, different characters, different story, same basic mechanics. Are they the exact same game? Are they just derivative of the same game? So I'm looking for the distinction. What would make Ratchet and Clank and Twinsanity, which I've never played Twinsanity. I'll just take your word for that one. Like God of War in this game, Grand Theft Auto 3 and Shadow 2005. I don't know that one. But here's the thing, Macro. Here's the problem you run into. If the 2000s are derivative, then this is compounding, because we haven't, other than the extraction shooter and like the Fortnite crap, the gaming hasn't provided anything new in terms of the gameplay experience. So if those are derivative, it's just gotten more derivative ever since then. So either way, I mean, you're either conceding they have a point, maybe it's come to a head, but the game industry wouldn't have survived without some rigorous copying. Not retarded, Macro. No, it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's what keeps people coming back to games, or what breathes life into games, is perhaps people don't articulate it well. Maybe they shouldn't be saying that it's derivative. I think it's just, so here I would say this. You had some collections, like let's say on the PlayStation 3, I've got the Ratchet and Clank collection. You've been playing that. So that's a collection, but they didn't pitch it as they didn't remaster. They didn't do like a remake. They did a remaster of it. But like nowadays, it's, oh, hey, like Nintendo, we're going to remake Star Fox. We're going to remake Mario RPG. We're going to remake Thousand Year Door. We're going to like, they're doing it, but they're not like giving us new games. They're just giving us more polish, some quality of life changes, and some narrative butchery, in most cases, to some of those games. They're remaking Halo, remastered Halo like 4 or 5 times. Skyrim has been redone like 5 or 6 times or 20 times. So I think a lot of it is, it's not even that you're getting just different game, like a game with the same basic gameplay, but just maybe a new mechanic or something. We're getting a lot of just outright remakes, just rehashing the old stuff. That's the only distinction I could see now contemporarily, but I think people that might be saying it's derivative, that might be not articulating it well, but there is something, whatever it is, there's something that is kind of wearing down. And then you have the microtransactions. You have, I mean, you do have the thing like, I mean, I don't have it here, thank goodness, but when I load up a PC game, I don't know, does it need to update? Is there something else it's got to do? When I pop in a PS3 game, PS2, old school Nintendo, I plug it in and go. There's no extra download, there's no patches, there's no DLC. Or not DLC, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think just the ease of just playing a game, like there's no terms of service where you've got to check a bunch of stuff. So I think there's a little more wear and tear. There's a little more grind to modern gaming, which is counterintuitive because you'd think it's all digital. It should be so easy versus like a physical copy. Like you don't have to worry about like, is the game skipping or is the cartridge dirty or anything like that, or have the physical stuff. But, having played both, I can say it's a lot easier to do. I mean, every time I'd play Call of Duty on the Xbox One, every single time I'd turn the thing on, there was an update. It was like a 5 gigabyte update. My hard drive was getting eaten up by that one Call of Duty game. And it's like I had to wait 10 or 15 minutes for the upload to finish. I mean, not all the time. Whereas like every other game I play, it's like it's done. So I don't know. I think to your credit, they're not articulating it very well. But yeah, most games are, by virtue of they're gonna be derivative. I really wish we could get more health here, because we don't have a lot, and the spidery thingy is pretty nasty, and it's It's got a lot of, yeah, I don't know. Can't remember what I'm doing here. Okay. I remember that. Whee! Whee! Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a bummer. But hey, and macro, I think it's great putting out hypotheses like that. Hypotheses. I think that's great. Because then it can be discussion. Then you make a counterpoint. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I see that. Well, what about this or what about that? Like, it's good. It's food for thought, as they say. Which I think is very helpful. It's good to exercise the mind, and it's just about, like, obviously, why am I not absorbing? Oh, there we go. I think he's hitting me with green goo. That is the button, right? You are poisoned. Activate your light magic. This is going to be rough. Yeah, true. I have no idea what you're trying to say. I'm saying that conversation is good. And that saying, here's what I think about modern gaming. Here's what I think about this game. Here's why I don't like this game. Here's why this game gets on my nerves. And say, well, do you like this game? Yeah, I like that game. Well, why does that game get on your nerves? It's not about challenging you in terms of like saying, well, you shouldn't feel the way you feel. It's, well, why exactly is that? If these two games are similar, why does this one work and this one doesn't? And it makes you go, huh, why is that? It doesn't change your initial impression. Like, that's still correct. You just have to, okay, well, it can't be this or this, so why is it? It kind of gets your brain going. It helps you hone in on what you're actually trying to say and what you think. So there, you're saying, seemingly off the cuff, people complain about games being derisive in this day and age, but in the 2000s, it was even more so. And I'm going, okay, well, I understand, that it does seem derisive. I get that, but what's the solution, or how has it been able to propagate this far, being so derisive and yet suddenly running out of gas? And that's not a rhetorical question. I don't know the answer. That's why I'm saying I don't fully understand what the complaints are in modern day. I mean, I know what my complaints are with them, but I don't understand all the complaints. I just know some games resonate, and like fewer games resonate today than they did for the past 30 years for me. And I'm not even, like I said, I'm not a gamer per se. If I was a gamer, I would not be dying 35 times to a frickin' spider. See, I think the problem is I'm going in too offensive, or offensive, however you want to say it. So I need to attack when there's an opening. I need to learn which attacks are safe and which attacks are not, if possible. It feels like they're, and I hate having to look at this intro every single time. Like, this is the worst enemy to have to be fighting multiple times because it's so disgusting. I hate spiders, and I specifically hate that kind of spider. The really, really ugly ones. All right, what button press are you going to make me do now? It's different each time, apparently. Don't spoot your goo at me. Oh, man. Give me that sweet, sweet orb. Why can't I draw them in? Okay. So when are you going commando? Oh yeah, by the way, they're teaching a video game themed subject in schools in Bahrain. It's an optional subject. No kidding. Really? Well, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, look, there's people have made a point, and I agree. I mean, it's just like any other creative endeavor. There's an art to it, whether it's the mechanics or the graphics or what have you. So I mean, that's pretty cool. It's come a long way from just being like a thing, that parents do with their kids, or it's like family board game night. Essentially, it was kind of like board game on your TV. Was kind of what the original home consoles kind of pitched. So it's interesting to go from that to now you have college courses teaching things on it. When am I going commando? Are you talking about Ratchet and Clank? Or do you mean, like, when am I going to stop wearing pants? Because the answer is never. I will never stop wearing pants. But Ratchet and Clank going commando, I will do. So Resistance right now is taking that slot. Because I'm letting Ratchet and Clank breathe so that I can enjoy the next entry more. Because I find when I play, like, kind of what you were saying, you play the same game, like, over and over again, it can get very dull. So as much as I love Ratchet and Clank, I feel like, okay, I'm kind of done with that style of game for right now. So now I'm doing a third-person shooter, which I'm enjoying. And then when we've beaten that, then Ratchet and Clank, I think going commando is the next entry. Take that, you damn spider. I got hit by the goo. I mean, really, like, anything but, like, why does it have to be spiders? It's kind of like Indiana Jones, it's like anything but rats. Would really suck if there's like, this is going to be like a regular. Oh, that's not good. I've been poisoned, I need. Nope. I think we're just dead. I knew it was coming too, and I was dodging. When he balls up like that, that's got to be close to the end. Oh man, man. So my thing is not refilling, so that must mean that my moves are not sexy enough for this game. It's wanting me to do more moves, but I can't really do more moves because the spider moves very quickly horizontally, which means doing a vertical attack isn't really smart. It's not going to connect most of the time. And I don't want to get close to it. That's the exact opposite. So doing my cool, nifty push-off move isn't great. So really, I'm kind of limited to my horizontal combos. And... Alright. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. What do we got? What are you doing? What are you doing? Circle! Ah! See, anytime I go airborne, it's a problem. Here it is. That's the move. Unfortunately, that was not the... can't really do much here. I mean, goodness gracious, this thing is a sponge. Did I beat it? Did I beat it? What happened? I think I beat it. I think I beat it. Ha! Yeah! Ha! Can't stop me. You can't stop me. I can't see where I'm going. Where's the corpse? Where's the corpse of that pugnant, horrible thing? Repugnant, actually, is the word I meant to use. You know what clanker means? The only time I've ever heard the word clanker is in the prequels. And it's like a droid. Oh, look, it's the clankers. They're coming to get us. Ah, we got to execute Order 66. Yeah. Ah, clankers. Ah, clankers. So, but I'm sure there's a more contemporary meaning for it that I guess the short answer is no. I have no idea what that word means. Oh! Oh, not another one. I have no health left. Oh, there I am. I'm like, where am I? Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, and a spider? Oh, come on, game. Really? Remember to dodge more often. Kiss my butt, you cocky, stupid manual. Give me some freaking health. It means robot. But I mean, when would that ever be applicable, though, Macro? I mean, like, MFer is already kind of, you know, a pointless word because, like, very few people are actually sleeping with their mothers. But, like, who the heck is sleeping with a robot? Is it supposed to be a, like an incel type thing? Like, you get it on with AI or something? I don't understand. But thank you, Macro. Thank you. We got one only to fall moments later. I don't understand. Okay, now I have half health. That's not great, but it's better than it was. I knew it as soon as they started giving you like all these cool things, like, oh look, you can get power by hurting. But the health you get when that's activated is not all that considerable. It's not like, oh wow, look, I'm gaining a ton of health. It's like, okay, I've gained a little bit. Like, I'm not. You know what? Can I? No, I guess I can't. I mean, good gravy. Like, I barely beat the spider. How on earth am I supposed to be able to beat? Oh, I'm webbed. And I'm dead. It's not a problem of combos, Underground Caves Castlevania manual. It's, oh my gosh. It's just overwhelming force and not enough health. You can't play defensively when you're surrounded by creatures and you have a giant mini boss at the same time. It doesn't work. I'm just gonna have to run for my life. I think it's not. I'm not proud of it. It's not how I want to play the game, but I don't really see another way. I think we're just gonna have to get down there and run. Discretion is the better part of valor. So we drop down. Nothing in there. We come down this way. Oh, we can't leave. Oh wait, yes we can. Can we? I don't know what I'm doing, really. Okay. Yeah, you can play that music all you want, game. I'm not biting. Nuh-uh. You guys are mean. What's this? You need to upgrade your combat cross in order to saw through this totem. Come back when your skills have improved. Oh, screw you, game. Stop judging me for my cowardice. Is this back the way I came? No, I think this is different. The heck is that? Io, hello! I don't know where you came in. Hopefully you didn't come in at the robot fornicator. That's a bit of a... At first it meant someone who screws robots or robos. Then more recently it started meaning a robot who... Things I'm pretty sure it just means robot. It also means artificial intelligence. I mean, that's a long journey. Having fun with spooters. No, I am not. I'm decidedly loathing spooters right now. They are decidedly creepy AF. Like I just managed to barely beat one in like this grindy, like 3-minute battle, and now they want me to fight that along with like a horde of other enemies with half health. Like they start you off with half health. And I'm like, really, guys? So we've had to kind of run for our lives, which doesn't feel good. But right now, the fighting feels good until you get bodied every time you do something. So you start going on the attack, you're like, yeah, I'm doing good, and then they're like, nope, you're getting bodied by everything. So why did I come over here? Oh, now I gotta go back over here. All right. Da, 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 da. La, 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 la. I hear the spider. See? We like... And this thing takes forever. And it doesn't help that I can't change the camera angle. See, and the only way to get... You stomp only to do it while in the air to dodge incoming aerial attacks instead of ground-based. Use Stomple in the air. Good thing I don't have spooters in our D&D campaign. And good thing you're going to keep it that way, IO. If you know what's good for you. Because I will walk out. All I have to do is close my my video feed. Alright, I need to... It says Stomp. So I'm going to look at Stomp, but I don't... Oh, that's not it. Dagnabbit. Stomp. L2 plus X. L2 plus X. Okay. Okay, alright. L2 plus X. That might be a decent tip there, game. Thank you. L2. I don't know. That doesn't seem to be executing very well. Hang on. You'd think it'd be very easy, but oh, down. Down L2 plus X. Kind of... Wait. No, it's saying hold. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Da da da. Yeah. Ah, go screw yourself. Hold L2, then press X. Well, you got to be in the air. So X. Yeah, and then hold L2. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right. So. Why? Oh, so I'm doing the L2. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. This thing is grindy. Grindy, grindy, grindy. I actually like uncontrollable camera angles. Makes me feel more at ease knowing I'm looking at the gameplay the way the game intends for me to. Yeah, well, in this case, it's actually prohibitive because now your controls are backwards. I like controlling it because it tells me that I'm controlling it the way I want to play the game, not the way the game... Because I don't know if that's... I don't know. I don't like it. That's why it's called a controller. It's supposed to give me control. It throws off my muscle memory. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's like because it's from a different position. The movements are different. Yeah, okay, so here's somebody. I have a problem that I got too frustrated with the game and got stuck at level 2-4. Yesterday I got to an area with greater lichen and small monsters, but it gets worse and worse today. I did not manage to return there. It took an hour struggle just to beat the spider, and I could not get past the single greater lichen. When I tried to demo, it was challenging, but I finished it without endlessly repeating the same part. I did not think the difficulty would be worse and worse. It sucks. I ended practically at the start of the game. Perfect blocking. Thank you for the tip. I have not learned this technique yet, but I will try. I should probably also wait until I'm fit and not tired. You need them with the wolves. Same with Lycan Boss. You must do counters. This game is ridiculously hard, and it's not like you improve technique over time. You mostly unlock upgrades and powerful moves. It becomes customary to use the right technique at the right time, especially while playing on Paladin. I tried playing without using tools or magic, full peasant mode, and I barely improved from when I first started playing. Yeah, see, it's apparently you're supposed to get good at the blocking, but I don't like the counter in this game. But apparently that's what I have to do. So, synchronized block. It doesn't feel good in this game. Just in time, and it's the big trigger button. It's the big shoulder. It's not a quick tap. So you like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, but if I'm gonna get through this game, I've got to get that down. So, can you do a Donald Trump impression? I can do one occasionally, Macro. It's not a very good one. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. but not really. I don't really watch the news. I don't really pay attention to politics very much. Don't burden yourself with stuff you don't enjoy. I know. But I mean, I like the game. That's the problem. I like the game. I just... Oops. We're going to get this down, doggone it. Oh yeah, there's that great camera angle. See, I'm pushing. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to counter spiders or not. Okay, you can't. Maybe? I don't know if I succeeded. I think I did, maybe? But yeah, I mean, I don't see any other feasible way. I don't know. Yeah. This might not be. I mean, like I said, I'm not a gamer. I like games on principle. I like games in theory. I just... you know, I don't like grind as much, especially when it's this janky ass timing. I don't. Waiting for you, dumbass. Come on. Course. See, and I don't feel like I can. What is this? See, it doesn't even give you an advantage. Like, it doesn't stun it or anything. So I don't know why. I don't know why I would do that. It doesn't actually help you. Like there was no stun. Like that's the whole point of doing a counter is you're supposed to temporarily to stun the enemy so that you can actually do a combo on them. That did nothing. Let's see. The Boys season 5 is everything up. Oh, is fucking everything up, and there's only one episode to end it all. I don't understand why companies have to end many great TV series. Yeah, I've actually heard that. I've heard The Boys is not doing well. Yeah, they didn't really have a lot of. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen. I saw the first episode of the first half of the first episode, and I was like, this is not my cup of tea. I love Carl Urban. I love him, but my gosh, he doesn't do a whole lot of projects that I can dig. Like, I really feel like I got tricked into playing Dark Souls here. This is not supposed to be a Dark Souls-like game. Because I don't think God of War is this grindy, is it? Like, it's supposed to be like an arcadey, wackadoodle, like, woo, just fun. This is like, no, you're gonna have to grind it out with every single fight. And again, the camera angle is balls. Like, I don't like looking at my character from the enemy's perspective. That's just because I can't see properly what he's doing. Now see, I thought I was going to do the stomp there. See, See, it says the Stomp is supposed to do something, but it doesn't actually. Again, it doesn't buy you any distance. You just. I don't have any orbs to. These fights take so stinking long. And if we were playing Baldur's Gate, I could just throw them off a cliff, you know. See, you don't get orbs unless you do a bunch of mix-up stuff, but going in the air against that thing is absolutely stupid. It is absolutely stupid. The Stomp is to dodge aerial attacks, I believe. Well, that's what I'm saying. See, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I wanted button mashy. I thought that's what I was getting, but I'm getting Dark Souls grindy. And again, we're in our first like 3 hours of the game, and I play slow, so really the first probably hour and a half of the game for a regular player, and we keep starting off with half health. Like that's not great. Okay, now how the heck was it? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Nothing in the crate either. Nothing helpful in the crate, huh? And no health bar either. That's a really crappy thing. Like, you can't see how close you are to winning. Oh, we're dead. On that note, I started watching Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, a lot of the other shows and animes of the stories changed by the bigger companies. Now, even if the OJ writers don't like it. Yeah, either that or they were kind of screwed to begin with. Like, you could not everybody likes the show, obviously, but there's a show called The Good Place, and it was a show that had, you could tell it was 3 seasons, and every season was fully fleshed out when they started. They knew where they were going, they knew where they were taking the characters, they had an ending planned. The problem with Game of Thrones is they got so far that they passed where the book was, and so it came to lesser men to actually create original material, and they weren't prepared for that. They weren't skilled for that. They didn't have enough to go on. So they're spitballing and just coming up with whatever comes out of their head, which obviously isn't great. And they were cashing out anyway because they were planning on going off and doing Star Wars, which, what are you going to do? And like the boys, like, you just the right, like, where were they going to take it? I mean, my understanding is it's very different from the comic. So they set themselves up where they weren't aligned with the source material properly. So you can't really use that as a fallback. So now again, it just comes to, we're just going to run with it until we run out of gas, and then just kind of. And it's not so bad with the sitcom. I mean, sitcoms can end not great, but it doesn't hurt it as much because they're kind of isolated episodes with very little linkage between them. But these series, that you need to have, like, when they sit down, they need to have, and I blame, I don't blame, but I mean, it started with like Lost. Lost was huge. People loved Lost. And then it got to the end and people found out, J.J. Abrams didn't actually have a way to end it. Like, he didn't have an ending in mind. At least when I write stuff, granted, I don't write a lot, but when I write, I have an end in my, like, I know where I'm starting and I know where I'm going. Filling in the middle is a bit of where I struggle, but at least I know where I want my characters to end up and where the story is going. I think for most of these shows, they don't have that. They're just kind of going with whatever. And I would say that the way that what makes a lot of these shows so good and work so well early screws them in the long term because they set precedences. They tell, the way they frame stories and certain characters. It's good for the short term, but for a long term, it's not sustainable. I mean, that's just like we were talking about, Macro. That's just off the cuff theory. I'm not saying that's gospel. I haven't watched most of those shows myself, but when you see that trend over and over again, it just seems like, I feel like the structure of shows makes planning and writing endings more difficult than movies, especially since series renewals isn't guaranteed. Right. I would say the show needs to have needs to write itself an out. Now, granted, I understand shooting schedules are what they are and all that kind of stuff, but like, I would say that the show should have a series finale in mind, or a season finale in mind, and find a way, worst case scenario, where you can add X, Y, and Z in there to make it a series finale. Now, I mean, that's idealistic, but a lot of these shows, they don't even have a season. So it's like they want to be renewed, but they don't have any ideas. It's more like, we'll get the renewal and then we'll just figure it out. And that's what I mean. If you have an overall map, okay, if you get canceled early, well, that sucks, but then it's not your fault. Like Firefly, nobody blames the people who are making Firefly, Joss Whedon and them. Nobody blames them for it. They blame the studio that bailed out on it, and it's like it left them high and dry. So if a studio cancels something, you can't control that, but as the creator, you can control whether or not you have an idea of what you're doing. And the problem with like The Boys and Game of Thrones isn't that their series got cut short. It's arguably that they went on too long. But that's one of those things. It's a lot easier to write engaging and intriguing stories if you don't have to rectify it. If all you have to do is create the problems, you can create a lot of problems. You can create a lot of intrigue. But if you don't have a solution to the problem, or you don't have a payoff for the intrigue, and I think that's what we find. There's just so much that gets that like they enjoy the complexity and the dynamics of the lead-in, but they don't really plan for the whole shebang. That didn't make any sense, that last part, I know, but see, every time I go in the air, no, see, that's horse crap. Unless I can do that in the air. I don't think I can, though. Nope. I thought I could do... I have no aerial counter is the problem. So all I'm left with is a ground horizontal attack. That's all I can do. All I can do is spam horizontal over and over again. And it's a war of attrition. You just have to spam that and dodge. Spam and dodge, spam and dodge. And you can't get more health because the only way you get more health is if you do interesting things, but every time you do something interesting, it hits you out of the air. So, F this game. I mean, renewing movies isn't guaranteed either. That being said, write an ending for each season. Exactly, IO. Yeah, each season needs to have an ending. Yeah, Macro, there isn't renewing movies. Like, you may get a sequel or you may not, but if they greenlight a sequel, you got the sequel. They don't greenlight a sequel and then halfway through production say you're not doing it. I mean, sometimes, in rare cases, that happens on any movie, but usually once you get greenlit, the movie's coming out, whether it's trash or not. It's the series, and you don't know if they're going to renew you, but like I said, I've yet to find a show. Any of the shows that you listed, any of these shows where they're like, what is this ending? They're not hitting that because... oh crap, we had to scramble. They canceled us. We had a whole other season planned, but they canceled us. So now we have to try to move our ending from season 7 now to the end of season 6, and it gets messy. That can happen. When that does happen, yeah, that's the perils of needing renewed. But when you're having these kind of things where they're just ending it and it's garbage, you're like, oh, but why? And I think a lot of the reason is they got your money. Like these are most of these are streaming shows, on streaming platforms. So whether you like it or not at the end, like if they drop the ball at the end, they've got you watching, they've got you subscribed for the entire series. So whether or not they stick the landing or they flop, they get the same amount of money. The only thing that ends up hurting is word of mouth for the people like myself who haven't watched them, but they probably rightfully understand, as I would, if I'm not watching it now, I don't care about it now. I'm not going to care about it whether it sticks to the landing or not. It's not my kind of show. So it's like for the people that are going to watch the show, they don't need to stick the landing. They need to keep you locked in for 5 seasons or 6 seasons. And if they fudge the landing, well, who cares? You watch for 6 seasons. They don't benefit at all because they're not looking at DVD sales. They're not looking at, anything else. And there are people so starved for entertainment that they're not going to care if somebody says, well, it really fell off the last. It was like it's 5 really great seasons, and then it kind of fell off. People will still watch those 5 seasons because they want to see what they're missing out on. They don't. So yeah, I think it becomes less important for the creators to stick the landing. It becomes more important to keep people engaged, and it's easier to keep people engaged when you are writing, not having to reconcile all the loose ends. It's much easier. I'm sure if you didn't have to resolve your campaigns, you could probably come up with some really crazy, fun, ridiculous stuff. And anytime somebody says, hey, what's going on with that plot point? Wait and see. It'll come back around, but it never will. It's a lot harder when you have to tie that to something and have it play an impact later on. It's much harder to do that. And it admittedly, it diminishes the impact of something like if they kill off a character, that is going to get ratings. That is going to get people talking. That's going to get the hub going. Whoa, my gosh, people are talking about it. But if that's all they thought is, let's just kill off this character, it'll be cool, shock value, whatever. Okay, well, then what happens after? Well, what implication does it have for the overall questions about the world? What does that have to do with the afterlife? Why was this person able to come back? What is the ghost of if it's not of the dead person? It can create a whole bunch of plot holes, but if you do that towards the end, or if you have no intention of rectifying or answering those questions, you can do something like that, and people are like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? What does this mean? John came back, why hasn't Mary come back? Oh my gosh, John's a ghost, why is she? They ask all these questions, it's a puzzle box. You have no idea, and they don't know either. They're just we just wanted to kill off the dude. I don't know. It's kind of like when they killed off Optimus Prime and the Transformers. They killed him off so that they could make more toys. And they didn't think kids were attached to Optimus Prime or that they would care. So they just did what made sense financially. Or what they thought made sense financially. And they ended up really screwing over the audience. I hate the fact that they have such effective anti-air. I really do. Because it just makes it really just limits you to the ground game. I think I killed it. Whew. But movies are written with a clear ending in mind, usually. Yeah. Unless they're written by a committee, in which case they change the ending. Well, a lot of... Unfortunately, there are a lot of movies that are rewritten as they're being made, or that they're figuring it out as they go. Sometimes it works out. I think Tombstone, if I recall correctly... it was actually what's his face? Russell, what's his name? Russell, not Russell Crowe. Whatever that guy's name is. The guy who played Wyatt Earp. Like apparently a lot of the cast kind of did it, and they wrote the scenes the night before. Like they were fleshing out dialogue. My point is not all that, like, yeah, but most of the time you're right, Io. Like they have the ending in mind, they have a script, but a lot of times you're doing rewrites and like actors are coming up with their own stuff. Sometimes to the benefit of the project, sometimes to its detriment. But yeah, I only plan stuff that I want you to see. If you ask about or do something that contributes to the story, I'll expand on it as needed. And yes, I do have an ending planned for our campaign. Well, I assume so, Io. I should hope so. But I mean, like, you can't, like, there's a bunch of stuff you could introduce into our story that, like, you could just throw it out there. Like, oh, this is a hypalapadibidiashba. And it perfectly counters you, Valentina, and it perfectly counters you, and you, and you, and you. But, and you say, okay, well, then what, like, I don't know. It's a lot easier to create problems than it is to solve them. That's my point. All right, so the only way I can convert those into health is by killing stuff. There's nothing here to kill. I don't want to fight more spiders. Can we just not do more spiders, please? Can we do like fairies? Hey, how about some more of those naked fairies, huh? We had full frontal nudity in this game. What am I doing here? Yeah, I could throw stuff out there, but you may not actually see it, so there's no point. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Oh, I am. This is a new area. Oh, hello. I have found a runic stone key. Didn't know I needed one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I need to find another one, apparently. Can I hop down? I can hop down. Is this where I put the keys? Oh, I've got force powers now. That's dope. Please? No, I want the key that activates the mechanism. I want health, damn it. I'm tired of seeing red. Tired of it. You hear me? Tired of it. Give me health. Damn you. Where's my health shrines? We haven't had a health shrine in like 16,000 years. The hell, game? Why are you being so stingy? Alright, well now I gotta go back. Somehow. I mean, can I go back? I mean, the game can't have soft locked me here, can it? I mean, I gotta be able to go back the way I came, right? Yes? Unless the key is here. Did I find the key? I did not find the key. Wait, what? By the way, if you ever stream Ratchet and Clank 2016 PS4, watch out for copyrighted sections. It has size of the 2016 movie. Oh, gotcha. No, I would never. I'm not going to go PS4. I went to the PS3 because I realized PS. Okay. Well, screw you, game. Dangling vine? How dare you, Io? That's disgusting. I'm talking about a man's dangling vine. I do see the dangling vine, yes. Oh no, I think it's a spider web down there. I'm not going to put a key in there. It's right here. See how much easier this is when the camera angle is right? That's what I mean. Like, it showed the other angle where you're like looking at it from the side. It's like I can't really gauge if I'm in the center. Here it's like so easy. Barely an inconvenience. But yeah, so PS3 was the last generation where you didn't have to worry about fair use or whatever, all the crap like updates and uploads and all that kind of stuff. PS4 is, they've got great games on there, don't get me wrong, but I got the PS3 because I'm like, I want to own my games. I want to own my games, and I think PS3 is the last console generation. So the Xbox 360 would be the same thing, but it's that generation was the last one where you could actually own your game. You didn't have to worry about them shutting down the server or making sure you're online or all the other crap. Read it in your travel book. Brotherhood Night Scroll. Everywhere I turn, there is death and decay. God has deserted us. I've abandoned my quest. Oh, is it? Everywhere I turn, there is death and decay. So much death and decay. It's all over. There's so much death and decay. I've never seen this much death and decay. God has deserted us. I've abandoned my quest. It is hopeless. It's the most hopeless thing in the world. Some say it's not that hopeless. I think it's very hopeless. I don't want to die, to end up like my fellow brothers, fallen by the wayside, destined to be a resource for some other adventurer. That would suck. That would really, really suck. Other adventurers, they're corpse robbers, all of them. Horrible corpse robbers, the worst corpse robbers. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I don't want that to be my fate. The worst fate, possibly the worst fate ever. I think the latest thing with PlayStation is that you'll lose access to the game temporarily if you don't play it for X amount of time until you play it again. Yeah, and here's the thing. Now, I know this is somewhat anecdotal, or not anecdotal, but I know there's flaws in it, but the general principle is the same. If the gaming industry could survive and thrive with physical media, where people could lend games, most of my friends, when they beat a game, they didn't want to play it anymore. They would trade it in, they would give it away, they would sell it, they would do whatever. They weren't going to play it again. So you have one customer that buys it, and depending on what kind of person that, depending what they are, what their resources are, they might lend it to a friend like me, and like the game gets passed around. So you had entire generations of physical media where people could very easily buy one copy and like 5 people share it at different points. And you didn't have to have both people didn't have a copy to play, or there was none of that. And somehow the video game market thrives. So this whole, piracy, we got to worry about piracy, and we're doing all this stuff to make sure that you own the game. That's horse crap. Like that is not, the industry was not dying because it's an excuse. It's an excuse to say, okay, we need to have more control. We need to verify more things. Once I buy the game, that's none of your damn business what happens to it. It really isn't. Now, obviously, there are unscrupulous people. There are people who will rip and burn and do all that kind of stuff, find ways. That's always going to be the case. And there were people, back then, now granted, it wasn't rampant, but there were people, I'm sure, that were able to clone stuff and do whatever. But even then, I don't know. It was all these companies doing these things to avoid that. I was like, but when you had physical media, you could do that. You could have people easily transferring things, giving things away, or letting people borrow them, and you were missing out on sales, or people just renting them. A lot of people just rent them at the Blockbuster Video or Hollywood Video, and yet somehow the game industry got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you came out, PlayStation. At that point, you could burn CDs. Now, I'm not saying the technology was rampant where people were burning them, but I think it's a way of controlling. It's a way of that whole, you will own nothing and be happy. They gave us a roadmap. They told us. I think they said by 2013, you will own nothing and be happy. All of this is gearing towards you not owning any of your stuff. Like they can brick your Switch 2 if you do something they don't like. They can brick it. Like you can be completely unusable. It no longer works functionally ever. A $500 system, $550 system, they can brick it remotely if you do something they don't like. I guarantee you that's what companies they're just like, hey, we've heard. How many times do you hear about somebody reported so and so for abusive language? Well, now your account's revoked for a week or a month. It puts complete control of your experience at the behest of these companies. And so they can just do whatever they want. They can say, you know what, we're going to shut down the servers for a week, or we're going to, really anything. And it's like, they've got your money. They've got all your stuff. So you're pretty much at the whim. And unless you want to stop playing, or unless you want to reinvest all your money in a different platform or in PC gaming or retro gaming or whatever it is, once they got you in there and you don't own anything, and your continued usage of it is dependent on continually proving to them that you own the license. It's asinine. It's asinine. Burned CDs nuts. Alrighty, have a good night. Talk to you later. All right, Io. I think the latest thing with alrighty, sir. Yep. You got to witness greatness in the making. But yeah, it's a debacle. But yeah, I won't go PlayStation 4. I wasn't gonna go 3, but then I realized no, there's you can actually buy, like, I mean, I like, and the great thing is I don't even have to up like down. There's only been 2 games that, and one of 2 Assassin's Creed games where they've actually had to download any content from the disc, not from online, just from the disc. My PS3 is not connected to the internet. It burns, or it pulls it onto the hard drive, but it's a 160 gigabyte hard drive. And out of the 5 or 6 games I've played, only 2 of them have required any kind of hard drive space. So the games are on the discs, and they're not going to last forever. That's a problem. Oh, this is good. Ah, thank you, Stone Lady. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find another thing. Oh, there's lights going there. Oh, am I gonna have to do more of the blow the gate open thing? I think I am. Unless they're gonna let me do it. How dare you thwart my chainy whippy thing? Come on, guys. Where are all the little grenades? Unless I'm supposed to swing at it or something? I feel like they're punishing me for running away that one time. Well, clearly that is not the way. Yeah, I think I have to beat the. Yeah, you gotta come back, Chris. Yeah, I think I'm headed back to that one fight that I weenied out of. No, I think it was this way. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, this is the fight that I weeded out on. Of course, now I don't have full health anymore. Gosh darn it. Like, why bother, game? Like, why not just like auto do it? If you're just gonna start me back there again, and I obviously you have me too far away to see exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Just, yep, here we go. Okay, so at least they don't respawn. Like, I thought they were just gonna keep coming during the whole fight, but now it's just me and Spidey. Jeez, a freaking Louise. Hell yeah! I'm unstoppable! Yeah, I may call it off too. Alrighty, Macro. Have a good evening, sir. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the questions. Appreciate the thoughts. It's been a good time. Keep on pondering. Alright, so I did the thing. I did the thing. Now what do you want me to do, game? What do you have for me to do? Okay, that's probably not it. Shut up, game. Ooh. Well, your camera angle makes it really hard to know exactly where I'm going to land. Please don't make me do that fight over again. They're going to make me do the fight over again. You got to be kidding me. No, they can't. Because they gave me 1185. I mean, if they do, that means I get to get more of my... Alrighty, my friend. Take care. I can't see what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Right, no, that's where I came from. Ridiculous. I mean, no game is perfect. This one's got, I'd say, more hits than misses, but good gravy if this isn't. Oh no! That is going to make me do it again. Fantastic. Well, that's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I can't even see what my character is doing. This spider's got his fat ass in the way. That is pretty cheap. And the problem is, even after I beat them, it doesn't actually get me anywhere. So I don't actually need to do that fight. I need to, because it didn't. I didn't get the key afterwards. So I'm not going to even go back that way. Because it didn't do what I needed it to do, which is give me the second key. And I can't get through the door. I can't get through the door. Yeah, I'm just wandering now. You know, I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay. I just don't have the time to walk around aimlessly. Okay, it's talking about doing what I've already done. So I don't... Yeah, go screw yourself. This is tedious. Like, did I find it and just walk past it somehow? I think I have to restart the game. Ah. All right, it's saying I don't need to get through the stone door, but it's also not really giving me a whole lot of indications on how to... I just want to break stuff right now. You won't let me in? I'll break all your pots, you non-inclusive door. Yeah, all your fine pottery gone. Okay, well I can't go back up. We know that. I mean, they give you throwing daggers like nothing, but boy, they're stingy when it comes to health, I tell you. All right, so we can't go back up, so we have to go forward, which is what we've done before. Now let's see where we've missed. So yes, we've done this. Da, 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 da. He should be doing the waltz. He is such great footwork. Such great footwork, the greatest footwork I've ever seen. Such great footwork. Okay, more of this. Yeah, da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right. Okay, so now he's okay. There's a goblin. Okay, yeah, they just I don't know. I guess I had to reset them or something. No. There we go. See, I knew what needed to happen, but yeah, I was correct. I'm vindicated. I am vindicated. To anybody watching thinking, oh, this guy is just a weenie. No. The game glitched out. It did not give me the things I needed. So here we go. We're going to go here. We're going to find the runic stone key. I would like to do on record to point out how stupid AI is and how unhelpful it is. So it said, to get the second key in the underground caves, you don't actually need goblins to break through the stone door. The second key is located on a dead body further ahead in the caves. That's what our brilliant AI mind said. That's what our artificial intelligence told me. So I knew it was full of crap, but I figured, well, let me go back to the door. And yeah, you do need the goblins because you need to be able to get the grenades to be able to beat down the door. Okay? Goodness gracious. It's not that hard. I mean, it is, apparently. Very difficult for this game. See, and that's why you'll find, if you watch me long enough, you will find that I am very quick. Well, not very quick, but I tend to be pretty quick in looking up like what the solution is. Not necessarily because I don't want to spend the time to figure it out, but because games do glitch. Skyrim was a nightmare. Like, I had several missions that was like, I was like, I need something else to get through this area. I don't know what it is, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, there should be a door that opens there, but sometimes the game locks up or glitches and you have to go to a different save file and load that. So I just know games glitch, even good ones, and I want to make sure that my lack of progress is not due to a glitch, which in that case it was, because it wasn't spawning the goblins in that area. Cool. Oh, so now we get to upgrade our cross, and then we can go to that thing, and with the upgraded cross thing, and do the things. You ate my thingy. I am Iron Man. That looks pretty wicked. Like, yeah, okay. Spiky chains, that's cool. Fernando Gandolfi built 2 different chains for the combat cross, but this was never approved by the Brotherhood for obvious reasons. The elders thought that the spikes were too cruel for the holy nature of the weapon. However, instead of destroying it, the artisan hid the links in one of the mausoleums of the order, believing that one day it might be needed. With the spiked chain, the combat cross can be used to saw through obstacles and to tame dangerous monsters by looping it around their necks. Yes, I'm going to tame you with the serrated edge of essentially my chainsaw. That's not taming, that's called beheading, but I'm down. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, I'm guessing there is going to be a tame mechanic where you can loop, if you can loop it around there, you can like ride him or something. But it just sounds funny. It's like the guillotine was there to tame the prisoners. It's like, yeah, it kind of works that way, I guess. But the problem is I kind of feel like this is a good stopping point, but it hasn't really, like, I don't think it's saved. Hercules! There we go. Perfect. That's a great place to end it. So look, it wasn't pretty, but we did in fact fight all the... See, now there should be 3 giant spiders. We did beat 3 giant spiders. We did. We beat more than 8 goblins too. Whatever though. Whatever. It's fine. We got there. 1265, that's not enough to do anything cool, so we're gonna just hang on to that. So yeah, I think this, I feel pretty good about this. I mean, yeah, granted, we did die after that epic battle just by falling off a cliff, but we overcame a glitch, and we have developed our fighting skills a little bit. You got to be more defensive. It's a little bit more of a grind. You know, you want, like, we had the spider, and I figured that was kind of like a mini boss, but no, it's actually just a guard variety bad guy, and it just takes a long time to beat, at least by the way we're playing. So maybe the chain whip is going to give us a little bit more power. I don't know, but yeah, once again, the game, even though we had a little rocky spot, the game is still fun. I still enjoy moving through it, so we will continue on, and yeah, hopefully fewer glitches, and I just got to gird up my loins and know this is going to be a bit of a drag out fight. It's not going to be just a fun kind of an arcadey romp. It's going to require a little more finesse, and we will do our best to employ that. But for now, I bid you adieu. Take care.